I know, I'm a bit late to the party, but I still want to talk about these changes we got 2 weeks ago. Also, I had a sketch-like video planned for this, where I kinda make fun of the fact that I was gone for so long, but it was so cringe that I'm refusing to show it to you guys. Actually, here you go.
Yo bro, have you seen the new changes for season 14?
That's all you're getting though. And before you say it, yes, my mother does cut my hair. Thank you. Maybe I should do what other YouTubers do. Hey guys, when this video reaches 50 likes, I will show you the whole video. Bro, I would be surprised if this video even reaches 50 views, considering I was gone for so long. Anyways, let's have a look at the changes that are relevant for Rell. First up, let's talk about the new support starting items, because these are very interesting. So there will be a new universal support item called Words Atlas, meaning there are no AP and AD variants anymore, but a single item that every support starts with. Stat-wise, things shifted a bit. It doesn't give any offensive stats anymore, and also has 20 HP less now. Instead of 50% base health regeneration, it now has 25% health regeneration and 25% mana regeneration. And finally, it grants 1 more gold per 10 seconds. The way you generate gold with it are still the same, but they combine both variants in this item, meaning you can earn money by both last hitting minions and damaging enemies. What is interesting to note is that the item apparently doesn't execute minions anymore, since it just says killing a minion by any means now, instead of executing minions under 50% health, which is the case for the current item. Just like today's support item, you need to gain 500 gold to upgrade it. These changes in my opinion are very nice, not only for Rell, but for pretty much every single supporter. Now you can go roam with certain champions, like Rell for example, without being afraid of falling behind too much quest-wise. I've had many games on Rell where I opted to a roam focused playstyle, which often resulted in me not having my quest done until minute 15 or even 20. But now, since you can also gain gold by hitting enemies, that shouldn't be that big of a problem anymore. Once you fulfilled this, the item upgrades to Runic Compass, which is also pretty similar to the current Targon's Buckler, with the same amount of health, again less health regeneration in exchange for it also having mana regeneration, and 5 gold per 10 seconds instead of 3 gold per 10 seconds, along with the ability to hold wards. The way it gains gold is the same as the Words Atlas, just with the numbers a bit increased. But the most interesting change about this item is that you need to gain a total of 1000 gold in order to upgrade it. That's a double of the current item. Quick note from the edit right here. So I checked if this is actually the case, because for Runic Compass it says earn 1000 gold from this item to transform. So I would assume that you need to earn another 1000 gold after upgrading into Runic Compass. But when we look at Bounty of Worlds, it does say upgrades from Runic Compass at 1000 gold, meaning that the whole progress was just 1000 gold. So I checked the League Wiki for the current Targon's Buckler, and there it says that you only need to earn 500 gold using this item. So it's not the wording with the 1000 that is it's just worded like that. So I'm not too sure if you actually have to gain another 1000 gold once you've upgraded to Runic Compass, or if it's just 1000 overall. It's just worded differently and I am not too sure what exactly is true. But just that you know, I'm gonna mention this a bit more later on in the video, but for the video I'm assuming that you will have to get another 1000 gold after the upgrade in order to get the final upgrade. Meaning that you just casually are able to gain 500 more gold from your support item, which is just awesome. Yes, it might take longer to get the finished item, but I would personally say it's a fair trade considering the item gives us 500 more gold in the process. It then upgrades to the Bounty of Worlds, which stat-wise pretty much is the same as Runic Compass. But that's because we won't have it for long. This is just the item we immediately upgrade to 1 out of 5 other items. And for Rell, there are 2 that sound really good and 1 that might be a nice situational variant. Let's talk about the 2 obvious ones first. Celestial Opposition and Solstice Slay? Solstice Slay?
Solstice Slay.
Solstice Slay. Celestial Opposition is very easy to use and effective for champions like Rell. It basically is a conditionless aftershock that additionally slows with its shockwave. You see the numbers on the screen right now. Solstice Slay is potentially even easier to use, since it just complements what Rell does anyways. All it does is granting you and the ally with the lowest amount of health, I assume current health and not max health, 120 HP at 90 movement speed. And this nice little upgrade might single-handedly be able to counteract one of Rell's biggest weaknesses, being the lack of disengage or escape after committing to a fight. The rework already helped us with that, and now we also get another option to minimize that weakness, which of course is always welcomed. So yeah, these two are pretty obvious going to be the main upgrades of choice for Rell. But I also would like to talk about Bloodsong. So what Bloodsong does is enhancing the next basic attack after using an ability in addition to doing more damage, and also applying a debuff on the target if it's a champion. That debuff causes the champion in question to receive 12% more damage for 6 seconds. And as you probably already noticed, this is pretty good when you opt to an unmounted Rell playstyle, since mount up into auto attack can easily trigger this effect. Considering there's another item we will get that also enhances this playstyle, I could definitely see this being a decent alternative item. It probably won't be able to outshine the other two, but in games where mounted engages are hard to pull off due to enemy champions having too many ways to deny it, I could for sure see this being a nice alternative. As you can see, there's a lot to the new support items, which is always exciting. Next up, some items Rell likes to buy will be removed. Most notably Even Shroud and Radiant Virtue. And also Life Well Pendant. For those who don't know what that is, it's the thing we use to buy both Even Shroud and Solaris. By the way, I just noticed reading this, isn't it weird that Aegis of the Legion, which is also getting removed by the way, does not build into Solari? I believe it used to be like that, but it got changed. And now we have two yellow shield items that look like father and son but have nothing to do with each other. Anyways, the loss of Even Shroud will hurt a lot. I personally didn't buy it that much to be honest, but I know it's the main item for a lot of Rell players. Also, they didn't introduce a replacement for Lightwell Pendant, so we will have to see what the new build path for Solaris will be. It's going to be hard to judge now if the new introduced tank items will be viable on Rell support, since they're all quite expensive. On the other hand, we will gain more gold with the new support items, so I can't comfortably say if these will be a viable option or not. But there is one light at the end of the tunnel, and its name is Trailblazer. Trailblazer is a vote item? I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know there is some kind of vote going on, but the results definitely gave us an item that is going to be pretty useful for Rell, along with pretty much every other tank support. Trailblazer is a 2400 gold item that is built by Winged Moonplate, Chain West and 800 gold. So we have two items that both cost 800 gold and another 800 gold, which is a perfect amount of gold for a support, since you rarely return to base with more than 1000 gold. When looking at the stat value, it's similar to Even Shroud, just with the difference that it shifted from an overall defensive item to a more armor focused variant item, with some movement speed sprinkled on top. While moving, you build up 20 bonus movement speed, and once you fully build up those movement speed, you leave a trail behind you that speeds up allies by 50% of your own movement speed when they are in it. And melee champions also get a 50% slow for 1 second on their next basic attack. Yes, this is the item I was referring to when I was talking about another item that complements the unmounted playstyle. Don't get me wrong, this item is overall gonna be good on Rell for both mounted and unmounted, but it definitely does help when playing unmounted. And that's gonna be, at least in my opinion, every single change that is relevant to Rell. If you think there is something else that should be talked about, let me know in the comments. What do you guys think about these current changes? And I'll see you all in the next one.